People are crazy. That's why I like animals. Pitbulls are exploited because of their amazing innate ability and drive to please their master. Pitbulls are the most abused animals on earth, hands down. Whether they are used for dog fighting, or they're guard dogs, or they're confiscated and then they're euthanized by city and county officials, they're getting it from all ends. My name is Brandon Bond, and this here is Annie Oakley. I'm the founder of Atlanta Pitbull Rescue, and this is our story. I've been a tattoo artist ever since before I was old enough to buy cigarettes. I've been a tattoo artist, and I know nothing else. And I've been very fortunate, but I've also worked very hard in that industry. I was 17 years old when I attended my first dog fight and my last dog fight. Just disgusted me. It blew my mind. I immediately contacted my local Pitbull rescue and offered to foster a dog. And I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, give me one of those and let me show them that all people aren't bad. His name is Kane. He's my best friend. He's been with me my whole life.
Brandon started the Atlanta Pitbull Rescue as a part of trying to help and find homes for pit bulls, and I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I love about him, is that he does have such a big heart, especially for pit bulls. Pit bulls are seen as vicious dogs, regardless, even if they're not. You know, people automatically look at Annie and they think that she's a pit bull, so she's going to bite, and she wouldn't hurt a fly.
Annie Oakley, originally named Ladybug by the shelter, was 45 minutes short of being euthanized, and we bombarded them and rescued her at the very last minute. She was horribly emaciated. You could see every bone, every rib. She was actually half this weight, but this exact same height. You know, I'm very grateful to the people that work so tirelessly with all the other breeds, but somebody has to step in and not be afraid of fighting dogs. Somebody has to step up and say, hey, give me that dog. Let me show you what I can do with it. And all of a sudden, you've got an amazing dog chasing a tennis ball that the media might have portrayed as a vicious killer. So in a lot of cases, what we're getting is rescue groups that don't have the facilities, the room, the food to house these dogs. They contact us. What we'll do is we'll take photos of that animal, information about that animal and its vet records and all that, and use my tattoo company's media powers to blast it out like to 250,000 people at the touch of a button.
The shocking discovery of a dog fighting ring bankrolled by quarterback Michael Vick.
I was excited to see the Michael Vick case break because I knew it was going to happen eventually. There was going to be someone, an athlete or a musician or somebody that got caught. The interesting thing that people don't get about dog fights is that every stock footage you see of dog fighting or whatever, there's always a handler in the ring with two dogs. Those dogs are simply trying to please that human. That's all they're doing. And that's really what got my attention, was that these dogs were so dedicated and so loyal to their owner that they were willing to die for them.
When the Vick case broke, they contacted Brandon to help with the 3 dogs that Georgia got.
She's very fortunate to be in such good shape, really. You know, you got a dog fighting ring of 60 dogs or whatever. There's no way that none of those dogs are good dogs. We are in Suwanee, Georgia, secretly coming to pick up the Michael Vick abused animals. We placed one in a foster home, one in another foster home, and one in my own home. His name originally was Big Fella, is what they had named him at the Justice Department. We changed his name to Makaveli. He was the most afraid pit bull I've ever seen in 12 years of doing it.
You know, when he first came into our house, he didn't, when the heater went on, because it was wintertime, he ran in circles, he paced. He'd never been inside before. He'd been chained to a car axle in the yard for 3 years, and that was his entire life.
Like, he wasn't a fighting dog. We don't know what they did to him, but whatever it was pretty terrible.
I believe that, I guess kind of the belief that everything happens for a reason, and I believe that probably the Vick case was really the first time that they decided, you know, that other groups came together and said, you know what, let's try to rehabilitate these dogs and let's do it on an individual basis and not just a breed basis.
Before we were trying to have to push dogs, like, hey, we have a dog. Nowadays it's different because people will come to us saying, hey, I'd like to adopt a dog. That's a miracle.
I guess Michael, and what I would like to see happen with Atlanta Pitbull Rescue, I would just like to see more people be aware of the fact that pit bulls are not a bad breed, and that they are really quite amazing dogs. If anybody can do it, Brandon can.